Life is a battle, my friends, a constant struggle against adversity, setbacks, and our own doubts. But I'm here to tell you something crucial. Never stop fighting. Every single day you wake up with a choice. You can surrender to the challenges that face you, or you can stand tall and face them head on. I urge you to choose the latter, because inside each of you is an unbreakable spirit, a fire that burns bright even in the darkest of times. Think about the greatest achievements in human history. The wheel, electricity, flight, landing on the moon. None of these came easy. They were born from relentless determination, from people who refused to give up when others said it couldn't be done. And you know what? You have that same power within you. No, I'm not saying the path will be easy. Far from it. You'll face obstacles that seem insurmountable. There will be days when you feel like throwing in the towel. But those are precisely the moments when you must dig deep and keep pushing forward. Remember, success isn't about avoiding failure. It's about getting back up every time you fall. It's about learning from your mistakes and coming back stronger. Each setback is a lesson. Each struggle makes you more resilient. Look at nature. A mighty oak doesn't grow tall and strong overnight. It faces harsh winters, scorching summers, and fierce storms, but it never stops growing, never stops reaching for the sky. Be like that oak. Let your roots grow deep and your ambition stretch high. I want you to think about your dreams, your goals. Maybe it's starting a business, writing a book, or running a marathon. Whatever it is, I guarantee you'll face resistance. People might tell you it's impossible. Your own mind might whisper doubts. But here's the secret. Those who achieve greatness aren't superhuman. They're ordinary people who simply refused to quit. Take Thomas Edison. He didn't invent the light bulb on his first try or his 100th. It took thousands of attempts, but each failure brought him closer to success. He famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." That's the mindset of a true fighter. Or consider Helen Keller. Born blind and deaf, she could have easily given up. But with incredible perseverance and the help of her teacher, she learned to communicate, earned a college degree, and became an author and activist. Her life is a testament to the power of never stopping, never surrendering to limitations. Now, I'm not saying you should ignore reality or push yourself to unhealthy extremes. There's wisdom in knowing when to change course or seek help, but there's a big difference between making a strategic retreat and giving up entirely. A true fighter knows how to adapt, how to find new paths to their goals. Think of life as a marathon, not a sprint. It's about consistent effort over time. Small actions, repeated day after day, lead to massive results. If you want to be a writer, write a little each day. If you want to get in shape, exercise consistently. It's not about huge, dramatic gestures. It's about showing up again and again, even when you don't feel like it. And here's something crucial. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Too often, we focus solely on the end goal and miss the beauty of the journey. Did you take one step towards your dream today? That's worth celebrating. Did you face a fear, even if you didn't completely overcome it? That's growth, my friends. Now, let's talk about mindset. Your thoughts are incredibly powerful. They can be your greatest ally or your worst enemy. When you face a challenge, how do you talk to yourself? Do you say, "I can't do this," or "This is too hard"? Or do you say, "This is difficult, but I can handle it"? Or "I'm going to learn and grow from this"? I challenge you to become aware of your inner dialogue. When negative thoughts creep in, don't try to ignore them. Acknowledge them, then consciously replace them with more empowering ones. It takes practice, but over time, you can rewire your brain for resilience and optimism. And speaking of mindset, let's address fear. Fear is natural. It's part of being human. But too often we let fear paralyze us. We stay in our comfort zones, missing out on incredible opportunities for growth and success. But here's the truth. On the other side of fear is where the magic happens. Think about something you've always wanted to do, but were afraid to try. Maybe it's public speaking, starting a new career, or telling someone you love them. Now imagine how you'd feel if you pushed through that fear and did it anyway. The sense of accomplishment, the boost to your confidence, that's what awaits you when you refuse to let fear win. Remember, courage isn't the absence of fear. It's feeling the fear and doing it anyway. Every time you face a fear, you grow stronger. You prove to yourself that you're capable of more than you thought possible. Now let's talk about failure. In our society, failure is often seen as something to be ashamed of. But I'm here to tell you that failure is not your enemy. It's your teacher. Every great success story is built on a foundation of failures and lessons learned. When you fail, you will fail because that's part of being human and striving for something meaningful. Don't beat yourself up. Instead, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this experience to grow stronger, to get closer to my goals? Failure doesn't define you, your response to failure does. So when you fall, and again, you will fall, get back up. Dust yourself off, adjust your approach based on what you've learned, and keep moving forward. Let's also address the importance of persistence. In today's world of instant gratification, it's easy to get discouraged when success doesn't come quickly. But real, lasting success takes time. It takes consistent effort day after day, often with no visible results for a long time. So think of water dripping on a stone. One drop doesn't make a difference. 100 drops don't make a difference. But over time, that steady drip can carve a hole through solid rock. Your persistent efforts work the same way. Each small action might not seem significant, but over time, they add up to incredible achievements. So when you feel like giving up because you're not seeing results, remember the water in the stone. Keep going, keep pushing. Your breakthrough might be just around the corner. Now, I want to talk about the power of your environment, the people you surround yourself with, the information you consume. These have a profound impact on your ability to keep fighting. Surround yourself with positive, supportive people who believe in you and push you to be your best. Seek out stories of people who have overcome great odds to achieve their dreams. Read books, listen to podcasts, watch documentaries about resilience and perseverance. Fill your mind with examples of what's possible when you refuse to give up. And speaking of support, don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. Reaching out isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength. No one achieves greatness alone. Even the most successful people have mentors, teammates, and support systems. So build your network. Seek advice from those who have walked the path before you. Collaborate with others who share your dreams. Let's also talk about the importance of taking care of yourself. Fighting doesn't mean running yourself into the ground. It means being strategic, knowing when to push hard and when to rest and recover. Make sure you're eating well, getting enough sleep, and taking time for activities that recharge you. A well-rested, healthy fighter is a formidable force. Remember, your journey is unique. Don't fall into the trap of comparing yourself to others. Someone else's path might look easier or more successful, but you don't know their full story. Focus on your own progress, on being better than you were yesterday. And speaking of progress, I want you to think about the concept of compound interest, but applied to your efforts. Just as money grows exponentially when interest is reinvested, your skills and achievements can grow exponentially when you consistently apply what you learn. Every time you overcome an obstacle, you gain knowledge and strength. That makes the next obstacle a little easier to overcome. Over time, this compounds. What once seemed impossible becomes challenging. What was challenging becomes manageable. What was manageable becomes easy. Now, let's address setbacks. They're inevitable. You might lose a job, face a health crisis, or experience a personal loss. These moments can feel devastating, but I want you to see them as opportunities for growth and redirection. Often our greatest successes come after our biggest setbacks. Why? Because setbacks force us to reevaluate, to dig deep, to find strength we didn't know we had. They clear away what's not working and make room for new opportunities. So when you face a setback, and you will allow yourself to feel the pain, it's natural, but don't wallow in it. Ask yourself, how can I use this experience to become stronger? What new doors might this open? Sometimes what feels like the end of the road is really just a bend in the path. Let's also talk about the power of small wins. When you're working towards a big goal, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. The gap between where you are and where you want to be can seem impossibly wide. That's why it's crucial to break your big goals down into smaller, manageable steps. Celebrate each small victory along the way. Did you make that difficult phone call you've been putting off? Celebrate. Did you stick to your budget for a week? Celebrate. These small wins build momentum and confidence. They prove to yourself that you're making progress, even when the big goal still seems far away. I want to address something important. It's okay to have doubts. It's okay to feel scared or uncertain. These feelings don't make you weak. They make you human. The key is not to let these feelings stop you. Acknowledge them, then take action anyway. Often action is the antidote to fear and doubt. When you're feeling stuck or overwhelmed, ask yourself, what's one small action I can take right now? Then do it. Action builds confidence. It generates momentum. It reminds you that you're not helpless, that you have the power to shape your life. Let's also talk about the importance of flexibility. Fighting doesn't mean blindly pushing forward in one direction. Sometimes it means being willing to adapt, to change course when necessary. The most successful people are those who can adjust their strategies while keeping their eyes on their ultimate goals. Think of it like navigating a ship. Your destination is your big goal. But along the way, you might encounter storms or discover faster currents. A good captain adjusts the sails and the route is needed, always keeping the final destination in mind. Now, I want to address something that often holds people back. The fear of success. It might sound strange, but many people unconsciously sabotage themselves because they're afraid of what success might bring. Maybe they fear added responsibility, or worry they won't be able to handle it if they achieve their dreams. If you recognize this in yourself, I want you to remember, you are capable of so much more than you realize. You have strengths and abilities that will reveal themselves as you push forward. Trust in your ability to grow and adapt. Let's also talk about the power of visualization. Your mind is an incredibly powerful tool. Take time each day to visualize yourself succeeding, overcoming obstacles, living the life you dream of. This isn't mere daydreaming. It's mental rehearsal. It prepares your mind for success and helps you spot opportunities you might otherwise miss. Athletes use this technique all the time. For a big game or race, they visualize themselves performing at their best, overcoming challenges, achieving victory. You can apply this same technique to any area of your life. Now, as we near the end of our time together, I want to leave you with a few final thoughts. First, remember that your life is a story you're writing every day. Make it a story of courage, of perseverance, of never giving up no matter what life throws at you. Second, understand that the fight isn't just about achieving external goals. It's about becoming the best version of yourself. Every time you choose to keep going when things get tough, you're building character. You're becoming stronger, more resilient, more capable. And finally, remember that you have a unique contribution to make to this world. Your voice, your ideas, your efforts matter. The world needs what only you can give. So don't give up. Don't let temporary setbacks or fears hold you back from sharing your gifts. Life will knock you down. That's a guarantee. But every time you get back up, every time you refuse to stay down, you're winning, you're growing, you're inspiring others around you. So inch this moment forward. Commit to never stopping. Commit to facing your fears, to pushing through obstacles, to believing in yourself even when no one else does. Commit to fighting for your dreams, for your growth, for the life you know you're capable of living. Remember, the greatest battles are fought in the mind. Win there, and you've already won half the fight. So guard your thoughts. Feed your mind with positivity, with stories of triumph over adversity. Surround yourself with people who believe in you and push you to be your best. And when things get tough, because they will get tough, remember why you started? Remember the dreams that set your soul on fire. Remember the person you're becoming through this journey. You have greatness within you. You have the power to overcome any obstacle, to achieve things you once thought impossible. But that potential can only be realized if you refuse to give up, if you keep fighting no matter. So go forth with courage, face your challenges head on. Embrace the struggle, for it is through struggle that we grow strongest. And never, ever stop fighting for the life you want, for the person you're meant to be. Your future self is cheering you on. Your dreams are waiting for you to make them real. And the world is waiting for the unique gifts only you can bring. So fight on, my friends. Fight on with all your heart. Your best days are still ahead, and they're worth every ounce of effort, every moment of struggle. Remember, it's not about being fearless. It's about feeling the fear and pushing forward anyway. It's about falling down 7 times and getting up 8. It's about looking challenge in the eye and saying, I will not be defeated. Every great achievement in history started with a single step, taken by someone who refused to give up. You have that same power within you. Use it, nurture it. Let it drive you forward day after day, no matter what obstacles you face. And as you go forth from here, carrying this message in your heart, know this: you are stronger than you think. You are more capable than you realize, and you have within you everything you need to create the life you dream of. So fight on, my friends. Fight for your dreams. Fight for your growth. Fight for the incredible potential that lies within you, and never ever stop. The world is waiting for you to show up, to stand tall, to make your mark. Your time is now. Go forth and conquer.